So, what is up guys, today we're going to be reacting to Kxng'S gaming setup progression video, and I'll be giving my own thoughts on this video, so let's begin.
This was my gaming setup back in 2017. This chair was literally my desk and I had to sit on the floor. Playing on my phone was such a bad playing experience, but since I didn't have a PC, I was left with no choice.
It is currently 2024 and the laptop I have is not able to run Fortnite with that above 5 FPS. It just shows you how your phone was able to achieve better FPS than my laptop, because I don't know why that happens. I get 5 FPS during an actual match, and actually if I try to shoot, the game will just crash. Try to build, same story.
My first upgrade came when my brother gave me his old PS4, and I also used all my money to buy a new 75Hz monitor. Almost instantly after switching, I saw some huge improvements on my skill, and I definitely enjoyed playing Fortnite a lot more since my FPS was so much more stable. A few months later, I got my first gaming keyboard, which is actually a really cheap keyboard. Few months later, I also got my first gaming mouse from a friend for free.
Thing is, I don't really know why many people get stuff like keyboards and mice or mouses for their setup, and they're using a console. Yet they come to the free controller. But probably most people like using I don't know, like mouses for their controller, for their PlayStation gameplays, because I don't know, it feels, I think, much better and stuff like that. But me, mm, if I'm using a laptop, that's when I use a mouse, and if I'm using console, it's a controller, and I have a PS4.
With my new setup, I was definitely improving a lot on Fortnite. Yeah, no, I was definitely really bad still. After a year on console, I finally saved up enough for a laptop. Although it wasn't the best laptop, this would change everything.
Buying a laptop. I am currently saving up enough money for a laptop, but the but is things are so expensive. I'm planning to buy a second-hand laptop for, so I can upload more gaming videos, as I screen record gaming videos. Yeesh, the FPS is terrible, and I cannot really play on that, and the screen recording is worse, as you can barely watch. As if you check my second video, you'll actually see what I'm talking about. But yeah, saving up by 2025, at least in May, I will have bought myself something good enough to play with. So be tuned, and if you really want to check out some smooth gameplay, be tuned in.
At first, I had to get used to a laptop screen being so small, and I even used books to replicate a laptop stand. A few months after switching to laptop, I figured out that I can connect my monitor to my laptop, and I also upgraded from my budget keyboard to a more expensive HyperX keyboard.
Laptops come with their own installed keyboards. If you're using a monitor, I can excuse that. But if you're not using a monitor, just buy a mouse. A mouse it's good enough. The the installed laptop keyboard is actually, it's pretty fine. It has good pressing quality, and it's not that bad.
For the next few months, I started to get a lot bigger on YouTube and posting a lot more laptop content. With my first YouTube paycheck, I bought a new bigger mouse pad, and I also got a professional microphone to work on more videos. With all these new improvements to my setup,
Uh, I don't know if you'll ever watch this video, but King, I would like to know what. I'd actually like to know what type of microphone that was, cause yeah, my audio quality right now isn't. It isn't.
became a lot better on Fortnite and edit really fast and had such better mechanics. Eventually, I found my laptop overheating and starting to become really slow. I didn't know what to do, so I just bought a super cheap laptop fan, hoping that it will cool down my laptop. I also downgraded my keyboard into this 60% keyboard since it looks a lot better for my setup.
Do looks really matter? Performance. I don't really know much about keyboards, but uh, yeah, I don't really know much about keyboards, but yeah, I don't. But if I am to buy a keyboard cheaper than the one I had because it looks better, would the performance be better? Fine. I don't know if at 60%. I'm not really sure about 60% keyboards and stuff. I've actually never bought a I've never actually bought a professional gaming keyboard, as I mostly just use the computer keyboard. Yeah.
And finally, I bought a headset since I never had a headset and I always played with speaker audio. Now, my favorite upgrade during this time was the super big mousepad that the mousepad company sent me, since it was one of the first mousepad that I had that was nice quality and had really good glide. Now, after 2 years, I finally upgraded my old mouse into a much newer updated mouse, and it's so much lighter.
You could have just bought a wireless, cheap office mouse instead of having to hustle with these wires. Could have just bought a cheap wireless mouse and keyboard. You know,
And since I was taking content creation more seriously, I did buy a microphone boom arm and some soundproof panels for whenever I'm recording a video. The panels definitely took a while to set up, but at the end, the panels look so nice. I also realized my room literally had no RGB, so I definitely went overboard and bought a bunch of RGB for my setup. And I also got my YouTube plaque, which was definitely the best thing in my setup. And since
what was that silence after the word setup? It's just immense silence, and yeah, wow.
a lot of my hand cam videos at the time was doing good, I decided to buy a webcam, so it was so much easier than using my phone. I honestly thought this was the peak of my setup and that I would never upgrade it again, but oh boy, I was wrong. Not even a month later, I bought a bunch of expensive stuff for my setup. I got these nano leaves which completely transformed my room and made it like 10 times brighter. Then I got a new keyboard and a new mouse pad. This new keyboard was over $100, and compared to my old keyboard, there was no competition.
I don't get the difference between keyboards. Fine, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a keyboard person. If obviously you were to give me a keyboard, I would obviously choose the keyboard. It doesn't matter what keyboard it is, as long as it's a keyboard, I'm taking it. Because I obviously need the good gameplay, but when those both just 60% mechanical keyboards, so correct me if I'm wrong.
And this new mousepad matched my new keyboard a lot, and it also gave my setup a much better aesthetic vibe. And since I was getting much bigger on YouTube, I upgraded my old microphone with this professional microphone most YouTubers use. And at the time, I just felt like I needed to get this little screen thing, but I don't even use it on my setup anymore.
Could have used that money to buy a, I don't know, more useful thing like I don't know, better mouse or something instead of buying a what is that, clock screen which you no longer use. Just saying.
This was definitely one of the most expensive upgrades I ever had, and there would be a lot more coming. I bought this $500 270 hertz monitor, and this thing was definitely the most expensive thing I bought for my setup. I also got some new keyboards for me and my brother.
Mr. King, how many keyboards are you gonna buy? Because this is you bought 3 keyboards, and I think this is for your 5th or 6th keyboard, and 56, I don't know, probably 7th even. But I don't get it. I really don't get why people find. I know there's some keyboards which differ from others, but just don't get it.
And these keyboards are better than any keyboard I ever had. Now that I got this new monitor for my laptop, I was able to play at 240 hertz. This definitely made me like 10 times better, since I was stuck playing at 60 hertz for almost 2 years. And finally, after 3 years on laptop, I upgraded into an insane PC. This PC had some insane specs and was better than my laptop by a lot. After getting a PC, I upgraded my mouse into this insane $120 mouse. This mouse is as good as the Superlight, even better. And I went crazy with this keyboard, which is $300.
My God, bro, you have bought another keyboard already, or is that the same keyboard? But I just don't get it. That you've bought another keyboard is for at least your 9th keyboard or 10th. I don't know. I haven't been counting, but just saying.
And it is a custom keyboard. And since I have a PC now, I could stream without getting any FPS drops. So I got a second monitor for streaming.
I don't get it. Can like people just use one monitor for streaming? Like, just go into some streaming thing and just, I guess, press. No, I don't stream, so I probably don't understand any of this.
After working 6 years, I finally achieved a dream setup. This is just proof that you guys can start from nothing and build your way up into something that's insane.
So we've all heard, and yeah, you can all build your way nothing up to something like he has done, but I really don't have anything. I actually like this final setup with the microphone, the new keyboard. I actually like this setup a lot, but yeah, I have a feeling, and he has like one of the best laptop setup I've ever seen anyone have, and yeah, he has a pretty nice PC. Looks good, but I don't know. Never feeling the white case PCs are actually look better, but this one's actually pretty good anyway. So if you're here, thanks for watching, and keep tuning in to see me post other videos.